and let us all do we can to build a better future.
The hits just keep on coming, and I find it hilarious. So, force the vote. Force the vote. Force the vote. It was very important that we did that last year, and I was glad to support it. But it turns out, still, it's getting smeared by those who maybe have a larger platform by saying that Jimmy Dore, or the crew at the Convo couch, or Jackson Hinkle, and everyone else that was part of it are right-wing grifters. That's right, force the vote. Oh no, Medicare for all, what a right-wing conspiracy theory. Really? A right-wing conspiracy theory? Or is that indicating that what? It's embrace the right? So we got this little article that caught my attention from a person named Mr. Higgins right here. On the anniversary of failed force the vote, tactic organizers embrace the right. Oh no, what is going on? 1 year after, they pursued a doomed, poorly thought out parliamentary tactic, a D-list group of post-left internet personalities came together for a live stream event in which their ongoing tilt to the right became even more obvious. Wow, we want to give Medicare for all to the people. What a horrifying right-wing tactic. The stream hosted by American patriot Jackson Hinkle. I was glad to be part of that live stream too. That title being the third iteration of his punditry personality in just a year, featured anti-vax conspiracy theorist Fiorella Isabel and Craig Jardula, third-party organizer Nick Brana, and right-wing comedian Jimmy Dore, among others. Right-wing comedian Jimmy Dore. I've been to a lot of Jimmy Dore's shows. No, not a right-wing comedian. Now, him calling out the neoliberal Democrats for the hack frauds that they are because they keep on implementing and passing right-wing policies, then yeah, hey, you know what? Jimmy Dore has every right to call out the Democratic Party. Why kiss up to the Democratic Party when they haven't done a goddamn thing for us? They had a majority in the House and Senate. They have the presidency, and they've done nothing for us. And that whole Build Back Better, remember, it was from $7 trillion, got dwindled down to $1.75 trillion. Great negotiating skills, Democrats. So yeah, call out the Democrats. And the Republican establishment, they're just as bad, but that's low-hanging fruit. We know what to expect from Republican lawmakers. Republican lawmakers will never fight for Medicare for all or UBI or any other progressive policy. So continuing on, post-left power isn't found in the mainstream. It's found on the edges, and these fringe personalities are radicalizing politically homeless Americans to the right. No, what they're doing is waking up people to the fact that a two-party system will never work for us. They're all the same. The same people who donate to the Democratic Party are also the same people who own and donate to the Republican Party. So when it comes time to call out the frauds in the Democratic Party, absolutely. I mean, the Biden-Harris administration have done nothing but bend over backwards to Manchin and Sinema, constantly compromise and bow down to the non-elected official, the Senate parliamentarian. Even the Republican Party isn't that weak. Trump never bowed down to the parliamentarian, and Bush Jr. fired the previous Senate parliamentarian because that parliamentarian was questioning his policies. But the Biden-Harris administration are bowing down to everyone. It's weakness. And through executive order, Biden can make Medicare for all happen, legalize cannabis, forgive student debt, but he's not going to do it. So this was a weak sauce article, and I'm actually going to pull up a little tweet from Fiorella Isabel. We can actually go in the show notes. Here, shout out again to Fiorella, who's been doing some fantastic work in Central and South America. Literally a socialist in Nicaragua discussing with comrades how pathetic those like Ian are for smearing actual anti-imperialist voices as right-wing, for telling the truth and standing up to the increasingly authoritarian government which progressives constantly uphold. Quote-unquote progressives. I want to pull up another tweet here too. This is actually pretty funny as well. This is hilarious to me because let's go ahead and bring that up if we can. People shouldn't have health care because some podcasters said things I don't like. That the an awesome tweet from Leftist News. So let's look at this. You have a system that is denying working class citizens Medicare for all. And what Force the Vote would have done, it would have shined a light on all the Democratic and Republican lawmakers that would be heartless enough to vote no for Medicare for all during the height of a pandemic. And what has Mama Bear Nancy Pelosi done for us since those 15 congressmen and women who were on the Force the Vote petition? when they made her Speaker of the House again. What has Nancy done to help out working class citizens? Not a goddamn thing. Has AOC rocked the boat, Ilhan Omar, all that other stuff? No, they haven't. They haven't followed through with any of their campaign promises throughout the entire 2020 election cycle. And now, as we enter 2022, these same Democratic lawmakers are now going to be on their hands and knees begging us to vote for them. Why should we vote for the Democratic Party when they're going to screw us over and not do a damn thing? They're going to post tweets that we agree with. They're going to say things on social media that a lot of us would agree with. But these are words and statements, not deeds or actions. And of course, we're going to be bombarded with the same propaganda. Oh, if you elect more Democrats in, then we'll do something. The last time the Democrats had a supermajority in the House and Senate was way back in 2008. And what did Barack Obama do with it, along with his vice president, Joe Biden? Not a damn thing. They let the bankers get away with it, with the 2008 crash. We could have had maybe a public option for Obamacare, which is really Romney Care, which is something that came from the Heritage Foundation. But no Medicare for all. Nothing to help out working class citizens, no student debt forgiveness, and somehow, out of the blue, we're supposed to believe that if the Democrats gain more seats in 2022, they'll help us out. Now, to be very clear here, chances are the midterms are going to be a slaughter for the Democrats, and the Republicans will probably get a majority in the House or Senate. But no matter who is in control of the House and Senate after 2022, nothing is going to fundamentally change. We have a two-party system that has effectively abandoned us, ignored us, and will never fight for us because we are not their number one constituents. To the Democratic lawmakers in the House and Senate, their number one constituents are bankers, Wall Street executives, the top 1%, not you. So what can we take away from the Force the Vote anniversary? It was a great reveal of who will actually follow through for Medicare for All, who will actually fight for it. Force the Vote wasn't a tactic that Jimmy Dore came up with. It's in the DSA handbook. It's a tactic that can be used. But somehow you had people with larger platforms telling people to calm down, keep your party, keep the powder dry, and then we'll get it. Then we'll get Force the Vote. They got a plan, the Democrats. AOC's got a plan. Still waiting. What's the damn plan? Oh, vote more Democrats in. Brilliant tactic. This is the same Democratic Party that continues to implement neoliberal policies. And as for the House progressives, what are they doing? What have they done so far? And that whole Build Back Better, remember, the House progressives, especially their leader, Pramila Jayapal, she was integral in basically making that $7 trillion go down to 1.75, constantly compromising on the compromise on the compromise. Well done, Democrats. Brilliant move. But yet somehow, if we're going to be critical of the Democratic Party, that makes anyone calling them out an immediate right-winger. Good luck in building that coalition. And it should be a lesson to everyone out there, especially after 2020. For those that were browbeaten or yelled at, that, hey, you got to vote blue no matter who because you got to beat Trump. We got to stop Trump. Trump's going to run again in 2024. And the first year of the Biden-Harris administration, we got nothing. So by everyone holding their nose and voting Democrat, what did we get? We got nothing but crap. So it is a job of independent media, of commentators, to call it as they see it. The two-party system is a fraud. The two-party system will never work for you. And Force the Vote is a real tactic that can be used. Chucky Boy Schumer's going to be using it. Oh, and let's rewind back the clock just a little bit after Force the Vote, when there was that Force the Vote for 15. And how did that work out? Did the progressives and Democrats fight for us for that one? No, they didn't. They voted that down. Sinema did her infamous curtsy thumbs down, and that was it. So the next time Force the Vote happens, let's be ready for it. But don't rely on any of these Democratic lawmakers to come out of the woods to help us out. And it is a job of independent journalists to call out the frauds in the Democratic Party and not constantly giving them praise or carrying water for them. Because if they're not going to help us out, why should we be saying nice things about them?